Hi, everybody. This is Steve Marinucci, and this is March 26th, 2026. And today, Paul McCartney announced the release of a new 14-song album, his first new studio album in 5 years, to be called The Boys of Dungeon Lane. And it'll be released on May 29th. The title was leaked a few days ago by his brother, Michael McCartney, alias Mike McGear, and the internet went crazy, and today it was announced. The announcement describes the album as rare and revealing glimpses into memories never before shared, and his most introspective album to date. And I believe it after hearing the single, which we'll tell you about in a minute. Indeed, it is a trip into nostalgia for McCartney that goes back even before the Beatles. Here's the track list: As You Lie There, Lost Horizon, Days We Left Behind, which is the first single, and it's been released as a lyric video that you can now see on YouTube. Ripples in a Pond, Mountaintop, Down South, We Too, Come Inside, Never Know, Home to Us, Life Can Be Hard, First Star of the Right, Salesman Saint, and Mama Gets By. Days We Left Behind, the first track available from the new disc, is incredibly tender, harking back to his ballad Jenny Wren from his 2005 album Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. The album gets its title from the single, which McCartney said recalls John Lennon and the Beatles. Quote, the album title, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, comes from a lyric in this track, he said. I was thinking just that about the days that I left behind, and I do often wonder if I'm just writing about the past. But then I think, how can you write about anything else? It's just a lot of memories of Liverpool. It involves a bit in the middle about John and Forthland Road, which is the street I used to live in, excuse me. Dungeon Lane is near there. I used to live in a place called Speak, which is quite working class. We didn't have much at all, but it didn't matter, because all the people were great and you didn't notice you didn't have much. The Boys of Dungeon Lane began at a meeting between McCartney and the album's producer, Andrew Watt, 5 years ago. Doodling on the guitar, McCartney found a new chord he didn't recognize. It turned into a 3-chord sequence that became the song As You Lie There, which opens the album. McCartney and Watt worked on the album over the next few years, fitting in sessions in between McCartney tour dates in recording studios in Sussex and Los Angeles, creating an album that was full of different styles and instruments. The album is available for pre-order on CD and white vinyl on Amazon.com, but there are also other vinyl versions of green, pink, and red available elsewhere for those of you that must have all the vinyl colors being offered. Amazon also has merchandise for recent releases of The Man on the Run, the Paul McCartney and Wings compilation, and McCartney's photography books. So we just happen to be talking today with 3 friends of ours that are Beatle fans, Mark Haskell, Marianne Szymanski, and Chris Spackman-Tash, for a future Beatles News Brief podcast, which will be out in about a week or so, and you won't want to miss that. I'm not going to give it away. But anyway, we asked them about their reactions to the new single from both Paul and Ringo. And here's what they had to say. Go ahead, Marianne. Tell me what you thought of Paul's song.
I thought it was beautiful. I think going on 84, he's got every right to reminisce, and it was beautiful and touching, and I think it's universal because we all have times that we remember like that, and I loved it.
Somebody this morning on Facebook said it made her cry.
Yeah.
It's a very tender song. Chris, what do you think?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was just so sweet. The lyrics are wonderful. I'm not surprised that he's reminiscing and looking back, and that it's so great that he has such wonderful memories of his upbringing and his hometown, and that he pays such a beautiful tribute to it.
I love the way that it all got leaked out thanks to Mike McCartney. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Mark, what'd you think?
I really thought that his voice, which has seen better days, was perfect for the lyrics in this song. It was a beautiful mix of his voice and the words.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Have any of you heard Ringo's single?
I did this morning.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's country flavored. I mean, we know that country is one of Ringo's favorite genres of music, and it just comes up to the point beyond which I might not have enjoyed it as much if it had been more country.
Okay. Chris, what'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed the last album. I'm happy that he's kind of continuing to work with T-Bone Burnett, and I think produces him beautifully. And, I'm not sure if Molly Tuttle was on there, but I think so. And I thought the song was great.
I loved Molly Tuttle on the first album. Marianne, what'd you think?
I liked it when I heard it, but it didn't make a big impression on me. Country's not one of my big genres, but he does it well. I mean, he likes it and he does it well. So
Country is one of my favorite things, and I actually think he didn't go country enough. That's my
He did
thinking on that.
on his last tour, he sang the title song, Look
Hmm.
Up, and it was really good live. It was very energetic.
Maybe he'll put out a live album of this stuff, when he goes on tour. Thank you all again.